Hi, y'all. Welcome back to the I Love You So Much podcast. I am your host, Kenzie Elizabeth, and I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. I am recording this a little bit in advance. I am giving you guys what you want, which is shockingly would be solo episodes. I have been seeing the DMs, the messages, the everything about how you guys want a lot more solo episodes, and I will be incorporating a lot more solo episodes in the new year. The next two, even after this, are solo, because we're going to do a little yearly recap of what I learned, even though my brain feels fried. I can't even believe it's the end of the year. I know that everyone probably feels that way, but not in like a relatable, oh my God, it's fun, but like I actually am like, I think I'm like disassociating from the fact that this year is over. I was looking over, this is for another podcast topic, but I was looking at the vision board that I made for this year, and I cannot believe that when I made that, it was a year ago. That is actually crazy. I wanted to do a little 2022 favorites video, or not video. Well, I guess actually it's a really good time to say it is also a video. This is a vlog cast, if you will. You guys can always watch it on YouTube, so be sure to go over, hit subscribe, watch them on your TV, listen to the podcast. Maybe you need to listen and watch, a couple of times to really just like take some notes, get it all in there. I will be linking all of this, by the way, somehow. That'll be in the show notes, the description on YouTube. Y'all will see it. Everything will be linked. We're going to be doing a 2022 favorites episode. We are talking books. We are talking just all like lifestyle, home, beauty, recipes, just like random things. Honestly, these videos like stress me the fuck out sometimes because I just feel like I'm going to miss something that is so obvious, and I already know all of my DMs are going to be like, why didn't you talk about this? Or I don't even know why. Like, who cares? I don't know why I put so much pressure on myself to get every single thing in this video, but I made this list a couple days ago, and I went through my stuff, and I feel like this is my most worn and most used. Also, it's an important time to mention that we obviously always have new products coming out with Okind and Breadwinning Housewife. Breadwinning Housewife, we had our final home drop. Be sure to check that out. And the Okind, well, at this point, I'm recording this so far in advance. I don't know what is actually coming out and what is not. But I'm saying that as like the Okind is my own brand. Obviously, that is my favorite at launch this year. We were talking about that in another episode. But like the things that I wear the most, like today, for example, I wore the Dallas set and the scarf in the puff bag. Like those are genuinely my favorite things because I wear them the most. So I'm getting that out of the way before I forget when I am going through the list really quickly, because I didn't really do that many clothing just because, oh, you know what? I did add more just because I feel like I have a very specific style almost, and I wear the same stuff, or I'll get set on something like a color or whatever. So anyways, we're going to start off with books, okay? In no particular order. And I will say 2022 was not my best reading year. I do have to be honest. When I was looking through this, I was like, I read a bunch of not incredible books. My goal this year was 60. I'm recording this in November. I don't know what I'm at now. I know I definitely hit that. I read over 100 books last year, which yes, that's almost double. So I guess it is fair to be I read a lot more good books. But the books that I read in 2021 and in 2020, they just hit different, okay? But of course, again, this is in no particular order. I'm just going to give you guys 13 of my faves. And I'm not going to go into the reviews and all that stuff because it's all on my Bookstagram, which is KE Book Club. And also, if y'all are in Dallas, we have an IRL book club. So everything's on there. But just for people who care about books, I'll list them off. And if you don't care, or you do care, look at the Instagram. And if you don't care, this will be quick. It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. Personally, I loved it. It is the sequel to It Ends With Us, which is, Colleen Hoover sold more books than the Bible this year. Goals, honestly. The Bodyguard, Catherine Sinner. I actually really liked this one. I'm reading more Catherine Sinner to see if I like her, if I just like this book. I do. She has to be from Texas, though, because there's a lot of Texas ties. I've read 3 books, and 2 of them have, I think, actually, maybe all 3 have Texas ties. For nonfiction, I did read Gabby Bernstein's Super Attractor, and I love that woman. I listen to her podcast sometimes, and I'll do the meditations, and she just makes me feel like I can do anything. Oh, you know what? My favorite thriller of this year was A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. It's really weird because I feel like when I was reviewing this book, sometimes I think I'm I don't know, like a New York Times bestseller reviewer, even though I don't think that's how that works. A lot of people pay, by the way, to get on the New York Times list. I realized this. I found out this piece of information recently, and really, I'm not really into that, but it was so good. I don't know why I didn't even give it 5 stars on KE Book Club, because I think I was just trying to like act like, I honestly have no idea what I was doing. I was just wrong at the end of the day. I was wrong. I read Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's not my favorite book of hers, but I did really like it, and I did find that it was very different from other books that I've read in the sense that you really feel like you are in a tennis match. I also like how her books and characters kind of all tied together in a very weird way that doesn't really affect the storyline, but I like those little like peeks, like sneak peeks in different books, even though that's not really the right word. But Carrie Soto was like briefly mentioned in Malibu Rising. Meant to be Emily Giffin. This is loosely off the Kennedy family, and I loved this book. Cannot recommend. Girls with Bright Futures, I also loved. I read it really fast. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. Listen, I'm an Every Summer After girl. I will say I did read it like 2 weeks before everyone in the world was talking about it, which I'm grateful for, because I feel like I maybe wouldn't have liked it as much, because I feel like when a book is so hyped up, then you read it, and if you don't feel like it's like the most life-changing thing ever, I feel like you just automatically hate it. I loved it. Part of Your World, Abby, oh wait, you know what? Yeah, Part of Your World. That book was so good. Every book by that author, I think there's 5 now, I've rated 5 stars, and I loved it. Things We Never Got Over, Lucy Score, incredible. Opened me up to the world of Lucy Score. It is still my favorite to this day. We have Run, Rose, Run by Dolly Parton and James Patterson. And I actually really love this book. So did my mom. Running Wild by K.A. Tucker, which is in the Simple Wild series. I read those. I read the first 3 in 3 days when I had COVID at the end of 2021, and I love that series. Like, I would give anything to be able to read that series again for the first time. I have been considering rereading them. I'm not someone who likes to reread books. Like, I really don't do it, but I want to reread that. Last one is Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. So both of Colleen Hoover's new books made it on the list. My mom also just read that recently and said she was sobbing in the middle of the night, and that one's a really good one. So for those of y'all who care about my book talk, there you go. Those are my top reads of this past year. Honestly, like, I feel like the list is a little subpar. Like, hopefully next year is better. But I did like the books. I just feel like they didn't hit in the same way that books used to hit for me. And by used to, I mean the year before. Okay, moving on we'll do beauty. So we'll start with makeup. For foundation, I've been loving the Armani foundation. I've actually I feel like I've used that majority of this year. The Real Techniques sponge, which is not new to me because I've loved that forever, but I have really loved that one. Rare Beauty overall, I love the liquid blush and Happy. I also love the liquid highlighter. Margot showed me this when we were in Cabo. I think we went to Cabo in like March, and I love that blush. I use it all the time. The Dior blush, I also love. That blush, I think, went viral because people said that Kylie Jenner used it, and then everyone realized that that's not actually the one that Kylie Jenner uses, but good for Dior, and I love it. I use it all the time. I've also been on a Kosas kick. I love the, like, liquid face. I don't know if it's foundation. I don't know what it is. I used that a lot in prior years, and I got my entire family on it, and I kind of branched out into new products this year. Their face blur powder is incredible. I got this when I was in New York for our pop-up, and at first I was like, I don't really get it. I'm not really super obsessed, and then I kept using it because everyone's like, no, like, keep using it, trust me, and it is the best face powder I've ever used. It literally blurs your skin. Like, it does exactly what it says, and I love it. I also love the Kosas concealer, and I'm not a huge concealer girl, so that's saying something that I actually really like a concealer for once, because I'm really not a concealer girl. You know what mascara, or what, not mascara, you know what concealer I've always really loved? The Maybelline one with, like, the spongy top, you know, the drugstore one. I love that one. The Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter Foundation, Primer, whatever you want to say it is. I wear that a lot because I like a more natural, like, day-to-day look. And by natural, I mean I'm just really lazy and I'm not good at my makeup, you know? So when people are like, oh my God, I'm like a natural girly, whatever, like, make no mistake, it's not because I want to be natural. It's because I'm lazy and I can't do my makeup well. So if I could have like a Kardashian full beat every single day, I would. If I could look like how I look when Kristen Farah does my makeup every single day, I so happily would. But unfortunately, it's not in the cards for me. Oh, you know what? I loved Dibs this year. I've been using a lot of Dibs, the like bronzer blush stick thing. I think that's incredible. I've also really liked their lip glosses. I don't know where they are currently, but I do like Dibs a lot. Last but not least, I think this is probably like my number one product of this past year. It's the Thrive mascara, Thrive Cosmetics mascara. This is not sponsored, by the way. I have worked with them before, but this mascara is unlike any other. I will never go back to using any other mascara after this because it is the best one. I know that it's like all over, I think like Facebook ads or something. I don't even really know. I've always heard about them and then I started using them in the past year and this is the best mascara ever. Now, I will let you in on a little secret. Do you guys remember when I had a pop-up for Breadwinning Housewife in Dallas and I ended up in the emergency room and I made it to the pop-up with 1 minute to spare with a corneal abrasion and I had to wear an eye patch and my eye was crying all day and I was in the worst pain I've ever been. That is because I stabbed myself with that mascara, but it of course is not Thrive mascara's fault. It is my fault because you're not supposed to stab your eye with mascara. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, mascara reveal, it was this one, but not even that can make me stop using it, okay? It was not their mascara's fault. The wand is like thicker, it's like stiffer than normal, but you're not really supposed to stab your eye with it, so that one is on me. Moving on to skincare. So I feel like I've gotten into a routine that I've really loved recently. I started using the Sonia Decor Super Clear like serum morning and night. This is, I think, like a miracle product. Oh my God, you know what I didn't add on here? The Tower 28 spray. I cannot believe that wasn't on there. Tower 28 SOS spray, incredible. Sonia Decor Super Clear serum, incredible. I started having like kind of bad adult acne this year. Like I didn't really have it that bad. I mean, obviously I had acne growing up, but I didn't have it that bad. And I don't know what it is about adult acne. I feel like when you're a teenager, you think, oh, this is going to be over with soon. And then I'm so sorry to break it to you. You turn 25 and you're like, what the fuck is on my face? It is actually so freaking annoying, but I'm here to tell you, these are the products that have cleared up my skin. So the Sonia Decor Super Clear Tower 28 SOS spray. I spray the spray before I put anything on my face, and then I do the super clear. I've also loved the Summer Fridays Heavenly 16 face oil. Right now, I'm using all Summer Fridays, obviously besides the two products I just mentioned. So I have the the Summer Fridays Heavenly 16 face oil. And then I have the moisturizer. I also have the vitamin C, and I love that. And using all of those together just make me feel incredible. I also really liked Rhode. I bought it and it's just been selling out and I haven't been like trying, but I did really like Rhode. I will say my skin has never been softer ever. I know I'm forgetting something else with this, but also, what else? Oh, obviously the Supergoop Glow Screen Sunscreen and Golden Hour. I have used the Supergoop Glow Screen sunscreen every day for the past like 4 or 5 years. That is my absolute number one holy grail product. Also, to go along with skincare, I started getting facials at the Thompson like every 6 weeks. If you guys live in Dallas actually, use code Kenzie, you get 20% off, but it's the Better Facial at the Thompson Hotel. And I know you can get like better facials. They're called better facials. I know you can get the Skin Better facials elsewhere. If you ever see them at a spa or the facialist or someone, get them. They are life-changing. So for skincare, oh, you know what else? This is what I was going to say. I love Curology. I've always loved Curology. And honestly, if I were to just stick with that and not try out different products because I just feel like it, then maybe I wouldn't have these issues. But I also love Apostrophe, and I did go on Apostrophe. I literally used my own code, went on Apostrophe. I got a night cream, and then I also got a topical solution, and then I got like the meds, the spironolactone, whatever it is. And that really, really helped my skin. And now even on my period, I'm not breaking out, and that is actually life-changing because normally I'm breaking out like nonstop these days, and then on my period, it's like 10 times worse, you know? Got to do a little coffee break. Oh, by the way, the coffee that I've been getting, let me tell you that too. I've been obsessed with my coffee order lately. If you watch my vlogs, you know. I get an iced coffee, no classic, 2 pumps peppermint syrup with a splash of cream. I've been back on the dairy thing lately, which I eat dairy and every other thing, so I don't know why I'm acting like I'm, vegan. But yeah, I don't know. I have this theory, okay? And listen, my theories, don't think about them too much, okay? Like listen and move on, But I don't know how good these fake milks are for us. There's a lot of filler in those. I'm not sure if they're good, okay? So I would just rather have cream. Have the real thing, I think, at this point. But that's actually not true because I do really love nut pods. And I'm kind of lying because sometimes I get oat milk still. I don't know. I'm just not as like, I don't know. But I do love nut pods. So I actually kind of take that back. You know what? I take back everything I just said, I think. For hair, Oh my God, I feel like I'm like a beauty guru these days. Remember that time? Okay, for hair, the Dyson Airwrap is a no-brainer. I've been using that nonstop. To be really honest with you, I have my dry bar membership back and I haven't done my own hair in 3 weeks. But listen, that sounds very stuck up and privileged. And honestly, it is. But hear me out. My hair health is not the best it's ever been. It's thinned out a lot since getting COVID last year, which, I've talked about 700 times. It's like, Kenzie, shut up. Literally, no one cares. But I've been doing things like Nutrafol. I've been trying. Also, here's the other thing. I was getting laser, so I didn't want to take like supplements because then I felt like my hair everywhere would grow back and then I would have just wasted all that money. Turns out that's not the case. So I've been trying Divi. I've been trying Nutrafol. I haven't been consistent enough with these things, so I'll check back with you guys soon. And then when I get my hair done, for the past 3 weeks to clarify, one of them was for the show, and then the past 2 were for my dry bar membership, okay? And that one's on me. But I've only washed my hair 3 times in 3 weeks. I'm really trying to get on the wave of doing my hair once a week because that is so much better for your hair. Justin Anderson told me so, and he's Bible when it comes to hair. So I'm trying that, and honestly, I get so much done in the dry bar chair, and it's my money, and I will spend it how I please, even though it is like really extra. I understand. Like I'm not honestly, I'm not even going to defend myself because like whatever, but I will tell you that it has really made my life a lot better because if I don't get my hair done, it's not going to get done and I'm not going to look great or even good. And all the money I paid for these extensions is going to waste. And then I get more done. When I'm in that chair, there's actually something there needs to be like a scientific study on the dry bar chair because when I'm sitting there and someone is doing my hair for like an hour and a half, today it took 2 hours, by the way. Normally it takes like an hour. I get more done in that hour of me sitting in that chair than I do in like 5 hours of work somewhere else. I can't describe it. Like in that time, I could actually like start working on like a presidential campaign. It's like I took drugs, honestly. It really is. It's like I took an Adderall or something because I cannot even describe to you the level of productivity that I get, okay? And honestly, I'm a dry bar girly. I know there's a lot of dry bar hate, especially on TikTok. I mean, there's hate for everything on TikTok. Like, what are you going to do? But I love dry bar. I have the membership, the Barfly membership. I would appreciate if it didn't cost me $20 extra because of my extensions. But you know what? I get it, I guess. My sister is actually a hairstylist and she doesn't charge extra for extensions, just for the record. But I don't know if that's like standard everywhere else. I like Orbe hair products, but I like them because my sister, who's a hairstylist, told me to get them. But I do like them. And then she also gave me this hair oil that's like CBD that I did really like, but I think I just like hair oil in general. I don't know if like that one I'm dying for. Workouts, I'm going to go over this pretty quickly of what I've been doing this year and what I've loved the most because I'm going to do an entire episode like in the next few episodes on my wellness and fitness routine. So stay tuned. But I've been doing weightlifting. That wins for the year. It's my favorite workout. It's also like the only new kind of workout I incorporated this year, but I love it. Hot Pilates always, boxing, and then I've been liking like, I don't know, like something in my body has changed where like I like weightlifting because it doesn't like stress me out. It's not super loud. It's like more calming, but it's really hard and I feel myself getting a lot stronger. I think it's also like, I don't work out to like for like for my body, obviously for health, but like I don't have like a goal on like what I want to look like or anything like that. It helps me so much mentally, but I will say like, I think without realizing it, weightlifting, like I'm like strong now. It's very crazy. I know, guys. Go figure. You lift weights, you gain strength. But sometimes it's like when I started a garden and things started to grow and I was shocked. So like that's exactly what happened. And then walking, and then I've recently incorporated running. That's been a new thing for me. It's not my fave, but I wanted a challenge and I figured running was it. Moving on to clothing. Overall, my most worn items of the year, aside from Pro Boning Housewife stuff and obviously the O kind, has been Skims. My most worn of the year, every single day I wear something from Skims, whether it's bras, underwears, a pajama. If you look at, I'm recording this in my closet room if you guys are watching on YouTube. My closet, I'm not kidding, just this section alone is half Skims. Anything they come out with, I am obsessed with. There's really very few pieces that I'm not. It's not even that I'm like, oh, it's okay. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, I just love it. It really is that good. It's not because, like, I love Kim or anything like that. I mean, I do love Kim, but it is just the best thing ever, and it's the best basics, and I am obsessed. I got to work with them again this year, which is really exciting. And it's like literally my favorite deal that I've ever done because I'm just like, oh my God, that's literally so cool. But I can't even give you a favorite from Skims because I just wear everything from Skims. As far as outerwear goes, which, you know, is my favorite thing ever, I have these H&M coats that I love. The beige one that you guys see on my Instagram all the time and the cream one, both H&M, both under $80. I link them on Instagram all the time. I'll have them linked here. They are the best outerwear and they look so luxe and so expensive and they're literally from H&M and I just love them. Normally I do like, I don't know, I have, especially since starting a brand, I try to support like small businesses a lot more. I think I'm just like more aware of where my money goes and like what I'm supporting. But honestly, like their coats just, I can't stop because I love them so much. Abercrombie Curve Love jeans overall have been incredible. I live in them. I have probably picked up like 15 pairs this year. I'm not kidding because finally I have a pair of jeans that I feel like so good in. If you guys didn't know, the Curve Love jeans, they add like 2 extra inches, I believe, on your thigh. So like before, whereas maybe your jeans never fit perfectly. Like they either fit your waist, but they don't fit your butt, or they fit your legs, but they don't fit your waist. Like whatever it is, it never fits your legs, butt, and waist. And the Curve Love ones do, and they are the best jeans ever. I love them. Uggs always, that is one thing about me that has never changed. I'm weirdly very consistent. Like I have always loved Uggs and I've always loved Juicy Couture. And I've really just never stopped wearing Uggs, but I have the minis, the ultra minis, and then I both in chestnut, and then I also have the like chocolate brown ones. I forget what actual color they're called or what the name is, but I wear Uggs like legitimately every single day. Blazers from Aritzia. I've gotten pickier. I feel like I've overdone the blazer thing, but I have like the oversized blazer, the chocolate brown one from Aritzia, and like I'm wearing right now this cashmere sweater from Favorite Daughter that I got for Christmas last year. That is so good. I didn't get enough wear out of it last year, but now I wear it all the time. And like I'll probably wear this and the blazer out to dinner after I record this. So I've been loving that. Scarves from the O Kind, obviously. The Cameron and the Riggins scarf. Both so cute. I live in them. I was wearing them today. Like I keep them in my car because I wear them that often. Oh, my Versace robe that I got for myself for my birthday. Or no, that was actually my gift for no, I think I got it for myself. I honestly cannot remember. And I love it. I wear it all the time and it was definitely a splurge and honestly like a really stupid purchase, but I love it. It brings me joy and it was my birthday. Obviously, cowboy boots always. If you guys don't watch the vlogs or my Instagram and you're just a podcast listener, you might not know that I just built an entire cowboy closet off of my closet room. I turned a bedroom in my house into a closet room, and then I turned the closet off of that room into a cowboy boot closet, okay? Lucchese, I love them. The Perry boots. Miranda Lambert's line I also love. Tecovas. I got to work with Tecovas this year and Lucchese kind of, actually. They sent me to the Texas Country Music Awards at Billy Bob's, which is really cool. My vintage Harley ones, I probably wear the most, honestly, but I just love them. I mean, I'm obviously a Texan. Like, I don't think there will ever come a time where I'm not wearing cowboy boots all the time, but they're just like the most classic thing in my wardrobe. Sets always, that's nothing new. The O Kind, I literally came out with a brand that like drops sets because that is literally all I wear. I wear the Dallas set today. And then I wrote down pink, pink, pink in all caps because all I wear is pink in chocolate brown. I have so much pink. It's actually disgusting. I have probably 20 pink dresses. Anything pink, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. What I wore to the Dallas live show, those Good American pants, love. I have like all the Skims in pink. Like it's really out of control, but it's really just my favorite color. Moving on to home and kitchen favorites. Obviously, the Breadwinning Housewife Home Collection. But out of that, more specifically, I say that for this year because I've had all these products all year. We started sampling these in like February. The welcome mat is my favorite thing ever. It is so cute. It just says Breadwinning Housewife on it. I just love it. It's very chic looking, very great. I have the cutting board for like, I use it a lot for like serving kitchen towels. I just think it's a lot of like a really fun way to add personality into a home without it looking like very like chewy. I don't know how to describe it. Like I feel like a lot of stuff is just kind of not like the vibe I'm going for, and I'm trying to be more mature, you know? So I love that stuff. I say that as I like Breadwinning Housewife everywhere, but just trust me, very cute. I use the Our Place pot all the time. I used it yesterday. I use that the most out of anything in my kitchen. It just sits out on my oven all the time or my stove, not on my oven. Well, I guess same thing. Where it sits. My oven and my stove are different, I am aware, but I love that. Oh, the couch saga. After 4 couches in this house in 2 years, finally landed on a CB2 couch. Love those. I also love my bar stools from CB2. CB2 is just a fave. Ruggable, also a fave. I got all new rugs from Ruggable recently, and I've been loving them. I even added one in the closet room here, and it just like makes the room. It's so much cozier this way. Overall, I think I just made my house very useful for me. Like, my closet room is very useful for me. My living area, my garage with the gym, my rooftop with the garden. Like, I don't know, like somehow I feel like I just really took advantage of every space that I have and made it a lot more myself, but also a lot more useful. And then last but not least, of course, my garden. Guys, my garden, it's really my pride and joy. I don't know where the garden will be at by the time this episode goes up, and, I'm hoping for the best. The winter is tough, okay? But I just love it. My rooftop has never looked better. I added rugs up there. Those are from Rugs USA. And I just I don't know. I really revamped the rooftop, and it's just perfect. And pretty soon we will be participating in roof to table. Not farm to table, but roof to table. I've explained this before. Let me give you a backstory. Kenzie, why did you start a garden on your rooftop? Well, guys, I think that I'm actually someone who lives on land and owns horses and lives on a ranch, and when in fact I very much so live in a townhouse in the city. And I was looking into it and I was like, maybe I need to just be someone who lives off the land. Unfortunately, the land is too far from the bars. So I decided to bring the land to myself. And I don't have a yard, so that is why I have raised beds on my rooftop. And eventually, I'm sure maybe one day I will either move out on land or I will have land and we'll go from there. But it wasn't in my near future because to be honest with you, I just can't be that far away from Henderson. And Henderson is where all my favorite bars are. So I couldn't do it, I bet all of you understand. A lot of you have to understand. Last, but definitely not least, we have my recipes. This will come as no surprise to you that 3 of the 4 are soups, okay? Chicken rice soup, which I love. It's so good for the winter time. Bone broth, chicken soup with kale. This is a chicken vegetable soup with kale. I basically put everything in a soup that's good for you with bone broth and then call it a day. The peach balsamic glazed chicken was so good. When I went through my farmer's market obsession, I still love the farmer's market. I just haven't been going as much. I became obsessed with this. It was when peaches were in season. It was so good. All this stuff is on my Instagram, by the way, and my YouTube channel. And then, of course, back for probably the 3rd year in a row, the kale Italian sausage tortellini soup. That will come as a surprise to absolutely no one. So that is it for my 2022 favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I didn't forget anything. If I did, I'm sorry. I'm sure it's in my YouTube channel and all that stuff. As y'all are listening to this right now, I am in Europe. So be sure to be following me on Instagram and everything so you guys can stay up to date. We're doing Paris, we're doing Amsterdam, and we are doing London. So I'm very excited. But I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this little solo podcast episode. Hope you guys are having a fabulous new year. Love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys